What's up, everybody? It's Postmates Paul. I'm going to make a rant video about pressed juicery. This is going to be a lot of filler nonsense, so if you want to, stay tuned. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to be a better delivery driver, then make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you won't miss any content. Alright, like I said, this is going to be a quick rant video. I was just really frustrated yesterday with pressed juicery. My cat's going to be in this video again, and his name's Shinobi. I guess I should also address, this did get shaved. It will come back. I was trying to line up my sides with my razor, and I went too far, and I had to take it off. I could have probably done something, but I didn't want to go tea. I wanted my beard, and it's gone. This is babyface Postmates Paul. And don't worry, my beard is coming back. So I got the order yesterday for pressed juicery, and this location is new at the Westfield Mall in Santa Clarita. So I had never actually been there yet. And that mall, and any mall in general, if you don't know where the place is, it's a nightmare because you're going to look for it. I know what you're saying. Just go to the directory, look at the directory. Unfortunately, this was such a new restaurant, the directory had not been updated yet on the outside or the inside of the mall. And typically with this directory, it just shows zones. So like outside of Macy's on the south side, that's zone A. And on the north side is zone B. And outside of where Sears used to be, that's zone C. And on the other side is D. So it gives you like an idea of the area, but you actually have to go out there and find it. So the first frustrating thing is, at the Westfield Mall, the address I think is like 24201. So anything inside the mall or outside the mall in this like string of shops is considered the address 24201. So of course it leads to my confusion. I think it's inside the mall or outside the mall. You really have to do a lot of like running around if you don't know where you're going. So I walked into the mall because technically the mall is the only place where it says 24201 when you're walking in. So I walked in. And I kind of did a quick walk around. I looked on the inside directory, didn't say any that restaurant was there. And so I found someone who was like in a corner kiosk who looked pretty knowledgeable and looked like someone who would like eat at pressed juicery. And I was like, hey, do you know what the pressed juicery is? And she's like, I've never heard of that. And so I was like, okay. So I go to another person, I'm like, do you know what a pressed juicery is? She's like, I've never heard of that. So I did what I should have done at that point in the beginning, and I called pressed juicery. And I was like, hey, I'm your Postmates driver. I'm just trying to figure out where you are. And they're like, we're in the Village. And I'm like, I don't know what the Village is. What's that? And they're like, we're in the row of shops outside the mall. And I was like, that's all you had to say. One of my gripes began, considering this is a new business, but they had to set up with Postmates because there's a little special note and it just says, identifies a Postmates driver, no other special instructions. I feel like this restaurant should have put a note in their fleet app. Now, if this is just Postmates like scamming them and like putting their info without their permission on their site, then that's a different story, but this was a pre-placed order. The way that the pressed juicery order works is the same as Walmart, meaning that you can't see what you're getting because it wasn't placed through Postmates. The order was placed through the pressed juicery website. So when I arrived, it just said one order for this person. So I show up and I call them, they let me know where they are, I walk back in, and when I arrive in, I'm like, oh, I need to get this order, and the guy's like, now, I have to do a lot of backtracking in this video. If you don't know what the pressed juicery is, it could be replaced with a vending machine, essentially. When you first come in, there's essentially a refrigerator in the back, and that's the source of all the business revenue. There's about 3 or 4 heads in the front on the counter, and everything is pre-packaged drinks in the back fridge. So basically you say, I want that drink. They turn around and they grab it, and they hand it to you. It is literally like you could do the job with a vending machine. Sorry, pressed juicery people, it's probably easy money, I'm sure. It's at this point that I realized that they haven't even started making the order yet. Making the order, putting the cups in a bag. And so, Dexter. So the boss basically tells the kid to, hey, start putting the cups in the bag. This takes way longer than it should, considering it's just like almond cherry. There's the almond cherry, put it in the bag. The coconut milk, there's the coconut milk, let's put it in the bag. Like, that's all this is. So I waited a few more minutes, and he was putting everything together. And then he kind of walked up, and he kind of did this like meek, like hesitant, and I was like, what's up, dude? And he goes, do you have the customer's phone number? And like, this is similar to a Walmart order. It was placed through their website, not through ours. So I did the support, tried to contact customer, but that option isn't there, unfortunately. It's either I cancel the order or that's it. So I go, hey man, no, I don't have the option. And he's like, oh, someone needs to call him. I don't have these two things. And I was like, well, I don't have their phone number, and I don't even know what else you sell here, so I don't even know what to recommend. And he goes, oh, hold on. And he walks away for a few minutes. And he comes back and he goes, oh, I call them. So he calls them. They have this like 2 or 3 minute exchange on the phone. And, he puts the drinks in. He goes, here, have a great day. So I asked him, I said, are these orders placed through Postmates or through your website? And he goes, through our website. And I was like, good to know. I was frustrated because I did not get a tip on it, of course. There was no tip because the order was placed by Juicery. And why would they tip me? I know that Postmates is doing this a lot more lately with a lot more businesses. And there's even some businesses that give you the option to tip, but a lot of these smaller businesses, they're pocketing anything they get. And it's pretty frustrating. As a driver, I make a mental list of all of those restaurants and I don't pick up at them anymore. That was pretty frustrating. I think if it had been one of those things that like if I had like had a good experience, like I just like had the note, hey, we're next to the Apple store, which they were, and I knew where that was and everyone knows where that is. Come in and here's the order, it's pre-done, but unfortunately we were short an item, but we already called the person and we worked it out, and here you go. I'd keep taking the orders because I take Walmart orders. If things are slow, I'll take a Walmart order, and knowing that I'm not really going to get tipped 9 out of 10 times, but that's fine because it's an order, and you can make some money. But if it's going to be like several things like this in a row, then you're not worth it to me to pick up at again. Like I don't want to wait there for 10 minutes for a $4 delivery fee, and I think they gave me a $1 bonus. But there was no tip, and that's kind of lame. So I just wanted to rant on Juicery. They just opened up, but they are using Postmates as their delivery team, and they are absolutely not tipping you. So, like I said, if they had the stuff ready, I'd walked in, it was all worked out, and I knew it was like a boom, boom, boom. I'll give them a try again in a few months, and we'll see maybe if they get their game together. But for now, I'm taking a little break from them. That was my rant video, and if you want to start driving for Postmates, stay tuned for my code.
Do you want to start driving and making money with Postmates? Then go ahead and use this code right here and complete 80 orders within 30 days in the Los Angeles area. You need to do this by March 31st, 2019, and if it's already past that date, we'll check one of my newer videos and you'll find a newer code. Complete these 80 orders and you're going to be guaranteed $1,000. It's pretty sweet, right? All right, get signed up with this code, and I'll see you on the road.